T.O. is probably the biggest opponent I fought, but I don't feel like size win fights. I don't care who you is. If we get in a physical little wrestling match or anything in there, you gonna feel me just as much as I feel you. So.
Shakur has always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, They weren't looking up for nothing.
Destiny doesn't whisper, it locks eyes with you and refuses to blink. And right now, Shakur Stevenson is speaking like a man who's already crossed the finish line in his mind. Inside camp, there's a shift you can feel in the air. No chaos, no noise, just a lethal calm, sharper, more surgical. He's moving up to 140 like it's inevitable no. Force-feeding his body, no chasing extra pounds, just pure, unshakable belief. Skills pay the bills.
To be like, he was the last person to win the Olympic gold medal, so for me, it was like I wanted to be the next person to win the Olympic gold medal, and I kind of watched all of his tapes. I studied him like every day faithfully, and he played a tremendous part on my style of boxing. Now, it's always been a lot of talk. I always be talking a lot of like smack to Dre just because I always watched him. Like I always been looking up to him forever. So now it's like I just want him to get in the ring and like teach me a few things. I'm not like trying to go crazy, but I just want to be able to say I got in the ring with Andre Ward.
He's confronting his past, the losses to Ruben Villa and De Los Santos, when doubt didn't just arrive but invaded completely. Those setbacks didn't destroy him. They reconstructed him from the ground up. Now when Shakur discusses confronting Zapata head-on in the ring's center, not evading but engaging directly, there is a transformed intensity. He's no longer pursuing victory alone. He's pursuing complete domination and obliteration. For his opponent, that's not merely intimidating, it's a fully conscious terror.
T.O. is probably the biggest opponent I fought, but I don't feel like size win fights. I don't care who you is. If we get in a physical little wrestling match or anything in there, you gonna feel me just as much as I feel you. So.
Shakur has always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, They weren't looking up for nothing.
He acknowledged Teofimo's attributes: speed, strength, high boxing IQ, genuine respect, no qualifiers. Then the atmosphere changed, the sparring footage. Tension thickened as he addressed it. His tone sharpened, became more precise. The footage was misleading. Not emotional or defensive, simply certain. Then the cutting line. Teo knows how those rounds really went. Not posturing or bragging. A statement loaded with quiet truth, the kind that doesn't require raised voices, that settles deep and lingers.
To be like, he was the last person to win the Olympic gold medal, so for me, it was like I wanted to be the next person to win the Olympic gold medal, and I kind of watched all of his tapes. I studied him like every day faithfully, and he played a tremendous part on my style of boxing. Now, it's always been a lot of talk. I always be talking a lot of like smack to Dre just because I always watched him. Like I always been looking up to him forever. So now it's like I just want him to get in the ring and like teach me a few things. I'm not like trying to go crazy, but I just want to be able to say I got in the ring with Andre Ward.
He suggested Teo is looking for a brawl, which Shakur believes will be his undoing. With Terence Crawford serving as a mentor figure, the camp seems focused on fine-tuning for a potentially career-defining moment.
I just know it's my time. All I see is the destination that I'm trying to get to. I think I'm the smartest fighter on the planet Earth. I don't just beat guys. I'm the type of fighter that dominates people. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. We at the UFC boxing gym. January 31st, I'm fighting Teofimo Lopez. I'm moving up to 140 pounds, super lightweight. The process ain't nothing new. I'm not trying to put on all that muscle and all that extra shit they keep talking about. Skills pay the bills, and that's what's gonna show up on fight night.
While Shakur discussed destiny and preparation, Teofimo Lopez positioned himself as an unpredictable force. His comparison of Shakur to Roadrunner and himself to the Coyote captures his personality, but underneath the humor lies a genuinely intense training camp.
We're looking forward to this here fight with Teofimo. I know we can guarantee you for sure, 100% he's gonna be ready.
This camp feels way different from previous camps. Being away from my daughter, being away from my future wife, that's the most challenging thing. You gotta keep your eyes on the prize. This is sharpest I think I done been for a fight. My diet, I let the nutritionists and all them kind of people take care of that. I just show up and eat whatever they give me. So I pay attention to what makes me feel good, and I just stay on that. I put a lot of great people around me, challenge me and push me and take me to the next level, and I think that's what keeps me at my sharpest. Terence Crawford, that's my big brother. I love him to death. I feel like if he wasn't in my career and in my life, it'd have been very difficult getting to the level that I got to. He kind of told me is take every guy serious.
He described relentless conditioning, swimming, non-stop sparring sessions, and testing his physical limits. Teo's father reinforced this intensity, noting his son was defeating adult professionals at 13, which provides context for his unwavering
You look out, you 4 kings, but you're in my way. So
Oh.
I gotta move you out my way.
This guy is the best, and we're here to face the best. That's just what it is.
Teo's that guy. Like, I admire his style. I done said this before. I think he's a hell of a boxer. He's fast, he's strong. He got boxing IQ, you know how to outbox people. We sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and Teo posted a video that is very misleading.
Right now, we're boxing. Yep. We're original, classic, reason why we're here type of boxing.
belief Teo portrays himself as the underdog against boxing's establishment favorite. Fueled by a substantial sense of being overlooked, he's channeling his legacy, past health issues, industry, politics, and personal struggles into motivation. This goes beyond typical pre-fight banter. He views January 31st as his moment of vindication.
It was the first round, so we warming up. Ain't nobody really laying nothing. Like, he know deep down inside, he remember how the sparring went.
He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Well, he gonna want to make this a fire fight, but I think that's gonna be his downfall. Being that I know that I'm getting in the ring with the truth, I want to elevate my game and make sure that I'm better than him. I want to be better than him in every
He was born for this. He's God gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You got to do things in there that people have never seen. Been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Back out. Double jab. 1, 2.
When it comes to it, like, boxing is pretty much all mentality. It's all mental. Are you mentally prepared with the audience? Are you mentally gonna be prepared with the certain punch selection? There's things that I also gotta train as well. There's things that I have to maintain as well. Those are things that I have to work on within myself. It's a muscle.
After Teofimo's intensity, Spencer Oliver and Gareth Davies approached the fight analytically, discussing each fighter's potential rather than the hype. Gareth described Shakur's journey in legacy terms, comparing it to climbing Everest, and calling him potentially all-time great material, which adds enormous pressure. Spencer countered by labeling Teo as the spoiler, a fitting description since Teofimo thrives on disrupting narratives rather than playing the hero role.
Teofimo Lopez blows hot and cold, but when he's good, he's really good. Vasyl Lomachenko was an outstanding performance. Then he got derailed by George Kambosos in the fight after that and just seemed to lose his way a little bit, but in recent times looks back to his best. It's a fascinating fight. This, for me, is all about whether Shakur Stevenson can step up and bring the greatness. He's daring to be great, and I think that Terence Crawford done it against Canelo Alvarez, and I believe that Shakur Stevenson does it against Teofimo Lopez in a fascinating fight. You know, if you're a boxing fan, for the boxing purist, the sweet science between these two, you watch the technical stuff that goes in there. Might not go down as one of the greatest fights there ever was.
Characterized it as intellect versus power, IQ against force, rhythm against explosiveness. Gareth emphasized that Shakur needs perfection, not just excellence, to win on points. Precarious standard. Spencer focused on Teo's footwork, explosive power, and aggressive presence, arguing he doesn't need to outbox Shakur but rather physically impose himself, compress the ring, and create discomfort. That approach reflects Teo's inherent nature more than a calculated game plan. The most striking observation was their assessment of the mental aspect. Both fighters possess unshakable confidence with no visible psychological vulnerabilities, meaning this is a pure collision of two ironclad mindsets.
Here's the excitement on this. Teofimo Lopez will put him in that position because he's got that physical
So it's
advantage.
all about the timing in
He
the
has
mid-range. It's going to be fascinating.
He has the physical attributes to put him on the ropes, and he knows that that's where his game's at. He's not going to be able to outbox Shakur. Yeah, he's a great boxer himself, and he's very athletic, and he's got great movement and all that, but he's explosive, he's more bullish, and he will have to bull Shakur. He'll have to bully him, and where the fight is won and lost is whether he can keep him on the ropes and win the rounds and rack up the rounds. It's a fascinating fight, this.
They framed it as a tactical contest where one mistake ends everything. The crucial point, Shakur couldn't rely on his usual defensive shell against the ropes because Teo will turn that into offensive opportunity. This isn't about who's more skilled, it's about who dictates space, rhythm, and pace. Spencer leans Shakur, while Gareth views Teo as the sole threat to Shakur's championship trajectory. One fighter is climbing toward legacy, the other aims to tear down that entire climb. That tension makes this fight dangerous from every possible direction.
I think the thing is with Teo as well, I think he's confident because Vasyl Lomachenko is a faster but very fluid type of fighter in the mold of Shakur, who's a very loose-limbed, very relaxed fighter who can be offensive and defensive. It wouldn't surprise me to see Shakur down in this fight as well and get up and win the fight closely on points, but I can also see Teo winning.
Following the technical analysis, O'Shaquie Foster brought in filtered intensity, pure emotion, and unfinished business. His fixation on Shakur goes beyond professional rivalry. It's woven with personal history, bruised egos, and gym-level tension. His declaration that Shakur is his top target with "I gotta have it" reveals obsession, not just ambition. Foster challenges Shakur's defensive mystique, claiming it crumbles against superior speed, strength, and athleticism, obviously casting himself in that role. He's already mentally fighting that bout. When analyzing Teofimo versus Shakur, Foster abandons the personal angle and becomes purely analytical about styles and matchups.
I think it's a great fight. Stylistically, I think it's up and down as far as you can't favor no side stylistically because you got Teo that's super athletic, you got Shakur that like to control distance, but you know, I think Teofimo with the athleticism and certain things that he'll be able to close it in certain parts of the fight. So I think it's going to be an interesting fight.
Foster highlights Teo's athleticism and ability to disrupt spacing, which derails technical fighters like Shakur. He dismisses odds as crowd opinion, not fight reality. Records tell history. Habits reveal danger. Teo's wins over Southpaws Lomachenko and Taylor aren't random. They show he solves styles, not just survives them. Foster leaves it open, tactical chess match or heated battle, depending on whether Teo forces chaos, the operative word. Shakur doesn't create disorder, it must be imposed on him. Foster's bottom line, Shakur is elite skill, Teo is pure threat. When they clash, stories don't matter, only pressure, timing, and mental breaking points. That's fight reality, not promotion.
For sure. For sure. But I think they going off of Teofimo being up and down. In you know, certain fights he looked this, and then certain fights he looked great. So I think they going off consistency, but I don't really pay too much attention to them odds makers because they really don't really be knowing the background of boxing. Like, you know, like they don't know the real what's the amateurs, the what really people got in them, you know, in the boxing. Like they just going off, you know, kind of what everybody pouring their money into and what the hype is, but I think it's more of a closer fight, odds-wise.
Soul of it, right?
My analytical prediction, in a technical battle, Shakur wins on points through superior distance control and timing that appeals to judges provided he keeps Teo reacting. But Teofimo is the X factor. He fights in unpredictable bursts where a single explosive round can shift everything. If he pressures consistently, attacks the body, and stays composed against Shakur's movement, this becomes dangerously close. Expect alternating dominance. Teo looking unstoppable in flashes, Shakur appearing untouchable in others. My call, Shakur by close decision, with at least 2 rounds where Teo's surges make the outcome feel questionable. This is a scorecard fight that sparks lasting debate.
I would say the athleticism, mostly, and it seemed like he do pretty good against southpaws. I mean, Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, that's 2 different styles, 2 different sizes, and he made it look kind of easy with both of them. So we'll just have to see, man. I think it's gonna be a interesting stylistic matchup because we don't know what we're gonna get. It could be a boring 12-round fight, or it could heat up to where Teofimo make him take chances. So we'll see.
That captures everything. One fighter climbing toward pound-for-pound status, the other intent on derailing that journey and cementing himself as the chaos agent. Styles, mental strength, legacy pressure, confidence, ego, intelligence, chaos against discipline. This fight has all the ingredients for either a technical classic or a controversial war that screams rematch. Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's get into it. See you next time.